Hi, this is Amy K. Watson, and I wanted to talk to you today about a couple of ways that you might approach your boss to ask about having your coaching covered. So, anytime you ask your boss for anything, you need to frame it in terms of the impact to the business. So, first off, what's the cost to the business going to be? But most importantly, what's the benefit to the business going to be? And it's all about the numbers. So when you're figuring the cost, you don't just want to look at the cost of the coaching itself. Yes, that's going to be a number, but also look at what is the cost of not coaching or not going into coaching. So for instance, if you need to build your skills in managing your own emotional reactivity, you can look at what are the times when maybe you have had a lot of reactivity to a situation at work. Perhaps there's somebody that you have been in conflict with. If there's an upsetting relationship, it naturally is going to cost some money because when we are emotionally triggered, it's very difficult to concentrate. It's very difficult to be productive. So you want to think about what is the amount of time, roughly, I mean, yeah, it's going to be an estimate, but what's the amount of time that you think you may have actually wasted because of this emotional reactivity on your part? An easy way to make that calculation is you guess about the number of hours and you calculate the cost based on the amount that you make on an hourly basis. So you basically just take your annual salary divided by 2080. That's going to give you roughly your hourly wage, even if you're not an hourly employee. And that's the rough calculation that we make in North America for full-time work. So then you multiply that hourly wage by the number of hours that you think could have been wasted because of that conflict. Then there may have been other people or other situations. You want to add up as much as possible. Uh, Emotional reactivity is just one thing that might go into that calculation. Time management skills can be a big part of that calculation. How much time have you lost due to lack of productivity because you don't have those time management skills? You can make a similar kind of calculation. Uh, you might need to talk to your boss or talk to others about how much time might you have been able to save with stronger time management skills. And again, you just multiply the number of hours there by the number or by the amount that you are making on an hourly basis. That gives you a sense for the cost to the company for you to not have those skills. So you're looking first at what's the cost to the company, not just in terms of the cost of the coaching, but also in terms of you not having a certain skill set. But then you also want to look at what's the benefit to the company. So if you develop these skills, how much will the company save in the current year? How much money will the company save in the next and the next and the next year? Because the more you practice these skills, the stronger they will become. You're not going to lose them after the first year. So that savings to the company is compounded year over year. Another thing then that you're going to want to do, in addition to first the cost of the coaching and the cost of not being in coaching, then you're going to compare that to what's that return on investment. Always framing everything in terms of bottom line, what's the impact to the company. So I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? Have you tried this before? What has worked for you? What hasn't? And meanwhile, I invite you to come to Career Leadership Alignment and sign up for the free gift there. Just start the conversation, and I'd love to hear what you've been working on and thinking about. All right, my friends, take care. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.